What's up, guys? This is Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do another review. I do have a G1 Jetfire here for a reason. He is relevant to the video, but a little backstory, and I might get the things wrong, but overall, basically, this was based off of Macross toys from Takatoku. I know Bandai also used the mold. I don't know at which point Hasbro decided to use this mold, but it conflicted with the Robotech at the time. So we had Robotech, and they were a little bit upset that Hasbro was using this mold, which is causing a lot of confusion, I guess. I was not confused as a kid. I knew the difference, even though I knew they were the same robots. But that's why Jetfire looks different in the cartoons, because they could not use the likeness due to Robotech having the license for these robots here. But in any case, the robot continued looking like this. And you don't have to adjust your screens, guys. He really is this yellow. The actual white you can see on the inside of the leg, because that is die-cast painted metal. Painted metal. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm actually reviewing here. So this is it, guys. This is what I have here. This is the VF-1S God of Flame from Kit's Concept. This was very interesting for a couple of reasons. So first of all, let's get this done with. I'm having trouble talking today. I don't know what it is. It's a limited edition. I think originally it was 1,000 pieces when I first pre-ordered it. Then they had to raise the amount. I don't remember the original amount, so I might be wrong. But they had to raise it to 2,688 pieces, 2,688 pieces, and I have number 374. I guess that he wanted to keep up with demand. Now this is interesting because I just told you about Hasbro having the Takatoku molds, and Robotech Matchbox, I believe, was had the Robotech license, was having issues with them using the same likeness. Now this is funny because Robotech, all right, is using Hasbro's colorway. So it's kind of weird. They complained about Hasbro back then, and now Robotech is using their colorway, and I guess Hasbro doesn't even really care at this point. But I find that interesting that they would complain and then kind of do the same thing. And they're obviously trying to, make money off of Hasbro's colorway, the design that they did on the colors, which is the red, black, and obviously the white, which is a typical color for a Valkyrie. Now another thing that's interesting is you also see it says Macross, or Macross, excuse me. Now you will notice that both names are there, which is kind of cool because for a little while you couldn't really buy Macross stuff here in the US, at least not through official channels. And now somehow, I guess the licensing thing, again, I've been out of it, guys, from the whole toy thing, so if anybody cares to school me, please do so in the description. That way anybody else watching can get the correct information. But it's cool. It's like a mishmash, as I called it in my Facebook, of 3 different things. You got the Hasbro colorway, you have Robotech, and Macross. Anyway, guys, we'll look at the side here. It just says VF-1S God of Flame. We also take a look at the back here, and it just has the 3 pictures of the 3 modes that it has. You get the Guardian or Gerwalk mode, you get the Fighter mode, and the Battleoid mode, or Valkyrie. I may go back and forth on the names just because. Anyway, we're going to get into the box here, guys, and check it out. Now inside, guys, it's split into 2. You have a plastic tray, and you also have the main tray, which has the Battleoid here. And you can see it's nicely laid out, and it just looks so nice. I did have a chance to take this out and take some pictures on Facebook. For you guys that do follow that, you got to see some early access photos, but these are all the pieces, and they are done in a nice candy apple red, which is very nice. I thought it would just be red, but I kind of like it candy apple. I'm sure they'll release a regular red just for purists, and like they'll get rid of all the little things. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, they try to make money off molds here. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get a look at this guy and see what's up. So inside you have 2 little instruction manuals, one for the transformation itself, and then one for the fast pack armor. And then the box itself has the 2 clamshells, the one with the robot itself and accessories, and then you also have a tray with the stand. Alright, so I took him out of the tray here. He does come with the hands attached. I just ended up taking them off because they're these annoying little skeleton type hands with very small like ball joints on the thumb here and a little swivel on the finger. So I'm not even going to put the, well, I guess I'll put them on. I mean, that's part of the review, right? So we'll snap them back on. This is how he shows up. So these are the perfect transformation hands. Since the regular hands are kind of puffy, they're not going to fit in the transformation. So immediately this evokes, you know, thoughts of the Yamato Valkyries or the Arcadia ones, right? A lot of similarities, by the way, and I don't have one to compare with at the moment, but as I do the transformation, you guys will probably see what I mean. But yeah, it definitely made me think of the Yamato. So we're going to put these covers here, and then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the accessories. It does have these little missile pods, which we'll show you later on. He does have these nice little hands, the little anime accurate hands. They have some nice detailing on the little joints. It's just like a nice little gray paint on there. He's got a few different hands. He's got one open hand, these 2 fists here, the trigger hand, a karate chop hand, and then this slightly open hand. It looks like he's supposed to also be holding the gun here, so I guess it goes on the bottom of the gun like this. Alright, and he's got these little things here which are similar to, what was it, the 40th anniversary Yamato releases, where they would cover the holes, because that's very unsightly there. It's one of the things I kind of didn't like about Valkyries, because you kind of have to really, I mean, with any of these robots you have to suspend belief, but at least there were some things that kind of made it realistic, like the scope dogs, but something like this you knew it wouldn't be possible in real life. It's just a lot of weird things going on, but at least they do come with that. And I forgot how to, oh yeah, you have to disconnect. Well, I might not even have to do that. Let me just open this up here and see if we can get these on here. Cool, didn't even have to take this apart to get that in there, but they do a decent job, I guess. Not the best thing ever. Whoops, and one of them shot out like a missile. Alright, perfect. So again, there they are. They don't look halfway bad. And I do have the covers on. Alright, so as far as what the figure looks like, let's move some of this stuff around here, get it out of the way, and we'll get up really close here, or as close as I can get without the blurring, so we can look at some of the details, which I gotta say, guys, the detail is fabulous on this. I will use some of the macro shots to get a little closer, but look at all those little details. The paneling, the little warning labels, which some of them are able to be read. We'll take a look and see how close we can get. You got some danger labels down here. Very cool. And all those little tiny little rivet dots. So they did an excellent job, guys. The UN Spacey logo. The wings are really nice. Let me show you the wings here. Those details on the wings right there. Those little nose steps. Let's take a close look. Alright, try to be as stable as possible. I'm just really close, but you can see that there. And I'm talking tiny, guys. Tiny these things are. Let's see the side here, what it says. Beware of blast. Look how close you have to get. You see all the little molding details. It makes it look kind of badly molded, but trust me, we have to zoom in a lot. Oops. And let's check out the knees here, or the thighs. Where are they? There you go. Approach Hot Wheel from forward direction using caution. And let's see these little arrows here. Rescue. Yeah, so you can read it. That's crazy. I don't know about that. But very good detail. Oh, what's this one say? What's that one say? No step. Okay. Anyway, fabulous detail. I wanted to show you the stand also, but all 3 modes, when I first checked this out, they're not stable. I don't understand the design of this. Like, and I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, guys, but the instructions show that this, like, let me see if I can get this, goes here, and this comes down here, but like there's nothing that holds it. I can't see where any of these things line up. Just shows it like that, and I think that's a pretty stupid way to hold a figure. I mean, it's not stable. Again, I could be doing something wrong, but the pictures have no words or anything that says make sure it clicks. There's no zoomed in picture. It's too small, so basically that's why I hate stands. But maybe it's just this one. I don't know. I'll show you guys the rest later. But if you have any other Valkyries, there's no surprises here, especially obviously if you have kids concept ones. But if you have the Yamato ones, I don't have the Bandai ones, unfortunately, so I don't know how they compare to that. But it's what I do know is that this is very similar to Yamato. As a matter of fact, I transformed this without any instructions, which I'll do in a little bit. But figure itself is really nice. We're going to go over articulation. There's no surprises here when it comes to articulation. The head and the swivel here is very recognizable as it is on other figures. You got just the swivel joint. As a matter of fact, the head does pop off. It's on a tab. And you do have these kind of shoulder joints. They do allow a lot of range of movement due to the way they fold. But you get standard movement there. You have upper bicep swivels. You do have an elbow. I thought it was a double jointed elbow, but it's not. Well, it actually is. It's double jointed at the top here, the bicep, the bottom of the bicep, and then on the end of the forearm. Okay, and the hands just move around. There's no ball joint, it's just a tab, friction fit. As far as the waist, I don't think I've ever seen a waist on a Valkyrie before, but this one does have a waist. It's just pretty much useless with the wings back there. But let's move the wings out of the way. And then check this out, guys. Watch. Let's see if I could just do this. There is a slight waist. You see that? So that's actually pretty cool. I don't know if it was really meant to do that. I think it is. Obviously, it's there. I thought it was more just so you can get these little pins in there. But it's not necessary to move that to get the pins in there. So maybe it was designed to have a waist swivel there. But anyway, let me get these wings back. And then, of course, you get these like little weak hips with ball joints. What I mean by weak is design-wise. I mean, it's not that it's weak like it's going to break. They did use some really nice softer white plastic, so don't foresee any issues with that breaking. But it's, just a simple ball joint. It looks kind of weird seeing those little hinges there, or little hip bones, whatever you want to call them. And then you have other articulation pieces. You can actually get a little more range with that there, even though it's not really meant to flex there, but they do show the picture on the cover using that joint there. And then you have the knees, which are on a nice ratchet. And as far as ankles, do have a little bit of an angle tilt there, and then the feet just fold up in and out, and then the feet just fold, and the feet also fold like this, but that's more for transformation. So pretty simple. Was there any thigh movement? Just that right there. All right. So it could be this will be a great opportunity to do a scale comparison. So there he is next to G1 Jetfire. Let me get the camera lined up so we don't get any kind of forced perspective here or anything like that. And yeah, so not that much smaller. It is, from my memory, smaller than a 160, the Yamatos, because this indeed is 172 scale. Now, before I attempt transformation for the second time ever, we're just going to remove these little skinny hands here, and let's use the anime hands. But before, I wanted to show you this, that the gun does clip to the originals. I just don't want to use these little hands. I don't want to break those little fingers, but they do clip in, you know what I mean, so you can hold it. But again, I'm going to use the anime style hands, so let's get those ready here. Now, there is no tab for the anime style hands, but you can actually take this piece off. It's probably easier just to wedge it in there like this and then place that into the gun, or actually put this in here first. Makes it a little bit easier. Then we'll just put the gun on. Don't know which way this belt wants to go. And the belt, by the way, is a soft PVC. It's just a little annoying because it's cold, so it gets hard there. And there he is with that there. And you can already see the arm is kind of weighed down by that gun. So that's unfortunate. And then we'll put this here. Alright, there you go. So I've taken the hands off because we're going to start transformation now. These things are a little hard to get. You have to have nails, which I really don't. And you have to kind of grab that little corner. Very good. Wasn't too bad. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Well, first of all, we got to separate the nose cone, so you just want to pop it out of there. Bring this up. Obviously, get rid of these. And I'm going to try not to talk too much during the transformation. Oh, but I did find another articulation point. Look at that. Sorry I didn't show you guys that before. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Just for the ease of convenience here, we're going to remove the head. You don't have to remove the head, I just do it because it's a little easier for me. Saves me a lot of headaches. Pop this bad boy in here. And then if you notice, this has the same kind of shoulders as a Yamato, right? But they were smart enough to use a softer white plastic instead of the brittle shoulders that the Yamatos were notorious for. And again, I'm not using instructions. I might make a mistake here and there, but that's the fun of these. Is I'm not a camera here. Sorry about that, guys. But I swiveled these white things in there, and then was I supposed to bring the leg up first? Yes, of course. So let's work those out here. Get these back in there. Yeah. I'm going to have to say Valkyries are not the most fun Transformer ever. As far as transforming toys goes, the more modern they are, the crazier the transformation is. But I think I got it. Bring that down. Bring this over like so. And then these will clip onto these little parts right up here. Make sure you just line everything up. It'll clip right in. And bring the wings out, and then you want to bring this down here. Make sure you get this folded up, and then just make sure you bring that down without hitting any of the paint here. Same thing with this. They like to touch there. Bring that around, and there's two little tabs for the legs. They just go right in there, and there's also a tab right here for the back of the leg. Make sure that goes in there. Make sure you clip this one also in here, like that. And one thing I noticed, everything snaps in really nice. One thing with the Yamato, sometimes I got a little frustrated. Oh, look at this. Oh, might as well show you this while I'm at it. Let's take this guy out. I was wondering why something was going on here. I didn't even know he came out. But anyway, we'll tab these back here on this side. The only thing I notice is these arms don't really tab into anything. They just kind of like get held there. They tab into each other right there. I have big hands, so I get in the way. But yeah, and then fold the feet, push them in. We're almost there. So looks cool. Oh, got to tab this one back in. There we go. All right, looks like we are almost set. So here it is. It's pretty beautiful, although I'm not very good at tabbing a lot of the things in here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a pro at transforming these, but the fact that I did it on my own just now shows you it's not too bad, especially if you've transformed other Valkyries before. But I'm not quite happy with the way the arms turned out. So they don't want to stay down, so that I probably missed something. So trying to see in there. Yeah, see, they're not flat against the bottom, so can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, that one, see, that one's not flat, so it's got to lay down straight like that one. So let me figure that out and I'll be right back. Alright, that did the trick, guys. So I wasn't looking at the camera screen when I did this, so I'm sorry if my hands got in the way, but you pretty much get the idea of what's going on. Now the arms do stay there, and I did snap the two arms together, but this is where this gun would go, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's take this off. Got to take off the belt here, which is just pop these little balls out of there, and then pop this in here. Once you pop it in there, snap these two arms together, bring this up, and there you are. Now it does have a landing gear, so we'll check that out. I do need nails for this, so I will be right back to show you the landing gear, but actually this one might be able to do. Nope, still need nails. 1 second. Actually, you can just push down on the front here and it'll bring little landing gear out here. It's got a little detent so it holds, and it has, feels like rubber wheels. Alright, so it's got that there, and then we just got to get the ones out in the back. And again, they got that same kind of Valkyrie or Yamato feel to them. And again, something I need nails for, of course. And just so you know which way they open, right here you can see a little tab. You'll see a little hole on the side where you can maybe stick an X-Acto knife in there. So they open this way, guys, so don't force them too much. This is the way they open. It's the inner bottoms and the outer tops here. And then there's the landing gear for the back. Alright, now there's obviously attachments you can put on this. Let me put it on the stand to show you guys what it looks like. Oh, but beforehand, let's check out the cockpit area. How detailed it is. Let's use the macro lens for that. Alright, so you can see there's a lot of detail there. Alright, which pretty much, oh, a little cross bones there. I don't know if it justifies the cost. We'll talk about the cost towards the end of the video here, but you can see there's a lot of detail going on. Let's show you the little vinyl figure. I'll have them sit on my fingertip here. There we are. So it's pretty nicely detailed for something this small. Guys, if you're noticing this little gap here, I am aware of it. It's not the toy's fault. It's me just misaligning something, because I can assure you that everything snaps together tightly if done correctly. Probably somewhere in here. Again, I didn't use instructions, so don't worry about that. That's not something that's going to happen unless you have it mistransformed. So we're going to get this guy in a stand. So here it is on the stand. I think this is probably the mode that it best fits on the stand, because it kind of lays right on here and it fits really nice in this area. And you can also see that the gun protrudes through the stand, so it kind of offers a little more stability. And I think it looks amazing, guys. Look at this. Alright, so we're going to attach the little missile pods, and then we'll get the rest of the armor pack on. Alright guys, I'm back after like a week of rest. I believe I left off here with him in jet mode. And I realized I'm not really doing this in the order I want to, so if it's all out of order, that's just my style, I guess. But there's some attachments we're going to be putting on this dude while he's in jet mode. All the panels for the strike armor. So there's a little, I should say a little bit of batteries. There's what, 12 batteries here, and we got to just plug them in and show you what that does. Some just pop right in like this, and then others you have to open up and put the batteries in. Just need a little screwdriver, open these up. Keep the video short. I'm not going to show you this on video, but I'll show you the completed thing. Now before we get started with all that, I'm just going to show you what it looks like with these little missile pods underneath the wings. They snap on. You got to kind of twist them in. They don't, I guess like the pegs are a little bit too big, but I guess it's good so they won't loosen up that quickly. But that's what it looks like. So I've gone ahead and put all the batteries in. There's a set of batteries that goes underneath the nose cone here. There's a set of batteries that goes into the gun here. There's like batteries that go into both sides of the blasters here, or the afterburners, whatever you want to call them. Jets, and then there's these side leg panels which also have batteries. So we're going to get everything on, guys, and turn it on and show you what it looks like. I guess I should stop for a moment and show you him in Guardian mode, or Gear Walk. Here he is. You might see a lot of things attached that shouldn't be there, and it's because I'm filming this video back and forth because I'm crazy, and I have to sort of edit all this to make sense. But here he is. It looks pretty cool. It's one of my favorite modes as a kid. I always thought this was like really cool. I'm sure this was just a happy mistake with the transformation back when they were designing it, but it totally works, and I love it. And this Guardian mode looks amazing. Alright, so I've snapped everything on, and I have them in Guardian mode because of the order that I filmed this, but check this out. I left the the armor plates off just so you can see you know, the internals of everything, and it is pretty freaking detailed. It looks really nice, and the LEDs are on. Let me shut off the lights here so you can get a feel of how cool the LEDs are. So you can see that there's LEDs in the cockpit. There's LEDs back here. I wish, I mean, this might be accurate, I'm not sure the color, but I wish these were kind of orange so they would look like actual like fire coming out. And there is, forgot, little blaster has a little tiny switch here which you can turn on. See that? Like if that color was coming out of the back, that'd be really awesome. You got a light up front and then one at the top. So really cool. These LEDs are awesome. So that's where a lot of that, well, I wouldn't say a lot, most of it comes from all the tooling and the painting and all little details put on, but a lot of the cost is there. You get the little cockpit. Oh, lost this little guy. Where is he? Here he is. But anyway, here's the cockpit. Lights up very bright. And see what it looks like with him sitting in there. So I'm sure he's blinded by the light, but really cool, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and get him into, I don't even know now, into jet mode, and then have the same stuff put on. Alright guys, so I couldn't really get this to play nice with the stand. I'm sure there's something I got to do to get it to work, but I'll show you guys this way. So I put all the plates back on so you can see without the internals. Oops, I forgot this here. But look at that with all the covers, and it is nice and hefty right now. I do want to show you the LEDs again while we have them on. There we go. Look at that. And on the back. I think this looks pretty sweet, man, honestly. And I love the colors. I didn't think I was going to like the metallic, what do you call it, the metallic frost look to it, but it works. There is a red plastic behind this, so that's what makes me think they might make this just you know, standard red. Plus they got the standard red, well, that's just the logo anyway, but underneath here there's a standard red color. Because on some of the other pieces that are painted red, it's just white, but on these it's red, so who knows, they might make them with not metallic colors and not limited quantities. But yeah. So I think all there is left, guys, is, oh my god, I've been doing this whole video without the head on there, guys. You're probably like, can't wait to see the comments. There's a big gaping hole there. Because I took the head off for the transformation, so, I don't know, man. That's what happens when you don't do reviews for a while. You just get really sloppy. Not that I was not sloppy before. I was super sloppy with my reviews before, but let's go ahead and put the head on. Let's do this decently. At least, there we go. Whoops, this came off. Just tabs right on very easily. Alright, well, it's not going to cooperate. I can't really push on it hard enough, but sorry guys. You get the idea. We're going to put them in robot mode so we can ignore that gaping hole in the front, and then put the armor back on. By the way, the armor does snap on, alright? It's not magnetic or anything like that. The first time you do it, it does seem like you have to give a little extra effort, but this is only the second time I put it on, and by now it just snaps on. It's got a nice little firm snap to it, so very nicely done. Although I would prefer magnets or something. Alright guys, here we are. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of transforming toys for reviews. I'm getting old, and I just prefer nice, simple figures. While this is a beautiful figure, so a little bit of a pain in the butt to go back and forth with everything. I should probably plan things out, and that's exactly what I do, guys. I just do spur-of-the-moment reviews. I don't necessarily plan them out. I don't write down anything, so sometimes you'll see mistakes and things that are missing, like these. There's no way in hell I'm going to be putting it back in jet mode just to put these on for you. So hopefully right here is going to be a picture that I find online. Other than that, let's take a look at this, guys. It's so cool. It is a little back heavy, so you kind of have to like lean it. It's not really leaned forward, I guess, but you got to get like the feet just right. But I do love it. I mean, it looks beautiful. The color, see how it wants to go back? Kind of have to lean it forward a little bit, but it is beautiful. Is it worth $270? I don't think it's worth that much, but I can see it costs that much. Does that make any sense? Unless you're a die-hard fan, you probably want to stay away or just get one of the cheaper Valkyries that Kit Concept has. But if you think this is cool looking and you like Jetfire, or you just like Valkyries in any color that they come in, this is a great one to have. I myself am pretty happy with it. I did notice the legs. I mean, it's almost like there's play, but it's still gripping. It's not that they're sliding around. It just seems like there's a little bit of flex. It's due to this plastic that they're using, which clips around the nose cone. So it has to be flexible. So I think that's where a lot of this flex comes from. It's not necessarily that the legs are loose on the ball joint, but with the added weight, it does put a little more stress on the ball joints there. But overall, a very good figure, guys. Again, I'm not going to say it's cheap, but if you do want to get one, there's a link in the description below. If you like the channel, guys, please use that link. It's only $4 flat shipping, so you can't beat it. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments, guys, please leave them below. If you want to make fun of this video, also do that. And till next time, guys,